This is true wilderness construction at its finest. In -20-degree snow, the man builds shelter between two massive boulders. Despite howling winds and heavy snowfall outside, inside remains warm and cozy. A rare blizzard has engulfed the entire forest, leaving a vast white landscape everywhere. Ah-Fei trudges through ankle-deep snow, walking carefully with uneven steps. Cold wind carries occasional snowflakes, stinging painfully on his face. Crossing over a steep ridge, a pile of massive boulders appears before him. His eyes finally settle on the gap between two large rocks, sheltered from wind yet accessible, the perfect spot for a temporary refuge. To combat the extreme mountain cold, he ordered a large wall stove online. Without resting, Ah-Fei immediately begins assembly, following steps from memory, quickly installing the stove's support legs. Next, he moves to the side, breaks off several dry branches, takes out a small knife, and shaves fine wood chips into the furnace. Once preparations are complete, he rubs flint and iron vigorously. Sparks fall onto the wood shavings, quickly igniting a small flame. In these freezing conditions, flint proves far more reliable than lighters, with no risk of fuel failure. He then plunges into the nearby dense forest, discovering a completely dried tree trunk, perfect fuel for the wall stove when collected. Though for easier burning, it must be split into smaller pieces. With dry wood in the stove, the flame will stay lit without worry. Fully committed now, Ah-Fei takes out his shovel and begins clearing snow from the ground. He plans to use the two boulders as supports, building a solid snow wall to block the howling mountain winds. Soon, Ah-Fei's fingers become stiff from cold, forcing him to pause and warm up by the stove. Next, he retrieves a kettle from his backpack, fills it with clean snow, and sets it on the stove to melt. To make the snow water look clearer, he added some tea leaves to the pot. So Ah-Fei sat by the fireplace, took out his whole wheat bread, held a warm cup of tea, and quickly restored his energy. Once fully refreshed, he got up and continued working. The snow on the ground had become very hard after days of compression and freezing, making the shoveled snow blocks angular and solid, just like natural snow bricks, perfect for building walls. The snowfall was getting heavier now, and visibility was decreasing. Fortunately, he worked quickly and built the snow wall to the ideal height. Next, Ah-Fei braved the snow again to search nearby for branched tree trunks. Back at the shelter, he first set up a log between stones as the roof's backbone, placed another trunk at the wall top for support, then laid the remaining trunks to form the roof frame. He then unfolded his tent and, with his headlamp in the darkness, secured all corners to the surrounding tree trunks. With everything in place, Ah-Fei moved the fireplace inside and installed a smoke pipe to ensure proper ventilation. Afterward, he went out again to collect dry branches from the forest, gathering enough fuel for the long night ahead. Before resting, he needed to clean the floor, so he used his shovel to remove the dirty snow-mixed soil, then spread a layer of fine soil to make sleeping more comfortable. Outside, snow continued falling, with flakes dancing like cotton wool, quickly covering the roof, while inside, the fireplace burned warmly, two completely different worlds. After working hard all day, Ah-Fei's stomach growled with hunger, so he unpacked his food supplies and prepared dinner. After a hot meal, his body relaxed, and he laid out his moisture mat and sleeping bag for his first night in the small cabin. By the next morning, after a night of heavy snow, the tent on the roof sagged under the weight, threatening to collapse. Outside was a white wilderness of deep snow with no visible path. Ah Fei didn't linger, first cleaning the ashes from the fireplace, then dismantling all parts and packing them away. Finally, he removed the rainproof cover from the roof, packed it up and facing the cold morning wind, trudged through the deep snow to begin the next leg of his journey.